Doctor Who Series 9. Here we are, the series before the new series. That's, of course, you are seeing this at a later time, and a lot has happened since then. Hello, nice to meet you. Hope you like my video. This video reviewing Doctor Who Series 9 has been a long time coming. With this new season, a few things are worth mentioning. This is the 10th anniversary since the show has been revived back in 2005. Keep in mind, this season came out in 2015. Last season, I wasn't nearly impressed with the storylines in the 8th season, so my heart was on hold for this new season considering it was the 10th anniversary, and on top of it all, this is Clara's last season. Like I said in my last review, for Series 8, I like Clara, but being a plot device as the impossible girl in Series 7 to trying to be more relevant and contrived in Series 8 with having a personal life ruin the limelight of Clara. So I was worried as to what they were going to do with her in this season. Also, let's face it, the 12th Doctor was kind of a douche in a few episodes of Series 8 where he left Clara behind just because he could. I love this new Doctor despite all that, and what I love more about everything else is the great storylines, which the finale of Series 8 wasn't a great storyline. I gave a vague, quick spoiler-free review of the finale, but for those who don't want to know the finale of Series 8, here's an official spoiler warning, but let's face it, with my videos and the rate of knowing how many people are going to watch this, no one cares. Dark Water and Death in Heaven really explores death in such a way that has a creative streak that keeps it from being completely controversial. When Danny Pink dies of an unexpected car crash, Clara betrays the Doctor into manipulating him to go after Danny and change time. The Doctor placates this after a very compelling scene within reason and travels to Hell, or this idea of heaven. Here we meet Missy for the first time, and for most of the episode 11 we have no clue who she is. Until the very end. She is the Master. We last saw the Master in the End of Time when David Tennant went up against him. This means we're going to get a whole bunch of answers, right? About Gallifrey, the Master's regeneration, how she still alive, and how did he prevent himself from dying? Is Rassilon from the End of Time going to be mentioned in all of this? What happened to him? Why did the Master choose to be a woman? Guess what?
None of this is answered.
In fact, towards the end of episode 12, Missy is frickin' killed in an odd fashion that makes you believe she didn't die, but the fact is that she was evaporated only leads to implications that something happened to her, and we were left wondering, will we ever get answers from that? I lost that of air. Episode 12 just gallivants around the story trying to figure out what's going on. Missy does what the Master would do to torment the Doctor by giving the Doctor control of the Cybermen that she was trying to rise from the dead in episode 11. The reasons for doing this are alright, but overall silly, just to talk about how one should not have so much power. By the end of all this, Clara doesn't get to see Danny again, the Doctor still hasn't found Gallifrey. They both reconvene only to lie to one another about what they've lost, and they just part ways. That's the finale. Only for the Christmas special, last Christmas, to finally have them reveal to one another that they lied. The last Christmas was pretty good, if not slightly over the top and a tad bit confusing with Santa Claus in the mix, played by Nick Frost. So here we are talking about Series 9. I've taken so much time talking about the finale of Series 8, do I even have time to talk about Series 9? Well, you best believe I'm gonna make time. Despite the frustrations of the finale and the revelations in the Christmas special bringing Clara and the Doctor back together for Series 9, it has a lot of work to do to make it up. So let me answer this. Is Series 9 any good? Does it improve upon the stories from Series 8? Does it do its own self-justice by being awesome and giving you something worth writing home about? Is Clara out of the center and does she act like a companion rather than a show stealer? Is the Doctor at least more formidable this time around with the weird, crazy, inspirational, fearsome Doctor we've always known and loved? Are the stories a force to be reckoned with by having an impact of dramatic heft, fun, silly, and sometimes scary nonsense that it makes you want to go back and rewatch it again and again? Oh, hell yes. God, yes. Finally, yes. Yes. Okay, that's enough of me. I am not lying or joking when I say this. Doctor Who Series 9 is the best season by far throughout its entire run. I have told many friends about this season, and it's by far my favorite season to date. Good Lord! Where to begin? Alright, first off, let me get this off my chest. Despite a lot of hate for Clara, she is actually a companion. Not a love interest, not a plot device, but a person. A person acting like a human being that travels with the Doctor. The Doctor himself is now more comfortable of who he is and is perplexed by human emotions, to which Clara helps him sort it all out. That is what companions do with the Doctor. Keep the Doctor focused and sympathetic to the cause at hand. And that is a great factor to point out. Now, we can move on. The stories are a bit different this time around with two-parters than ever before, which allows the stories to unfold much more genuinely and dramatically, exploring the ideas to its fullest capacity. Many act as sequels to previously made episodes, and others are standalone concepts that intrigue you more than you ever thought possible. Starting from the first episode, The Magician's Apprentice, to The Witch's Familiar, we are reintroduced to Missy, back from the dead, I think, and we get her presence in all its glory when every plane in the sky stops moving. The Doctor comes across something very dark and surprising as he meets a young boy whom he knows now as one of his oldest foes. Davros! Talk about a shocker! This premiere is a two-parter that acts like a finale, which is a surprising conversation piece between Davros and the Doctor. And you would think that it's boring and unnecessary, but consider the fact that the Doctor is an odd man pretending to be mysterious, and Davros is an underappreciated villain that hasn't been seen since Series 4's finale. Overall gripe? Sonic sunglasses. I don't care, but apparently everyone else does. Under the Lake and Before the Flood is about a crew in an underwater mining facility called the Drum, where the crew suddenly loses one of their members and it comes back as a ghost. The Doctor gets involved with this madness, and oh my lord, there is another strong two-parter coming your way. I feel that it's not only rewatchable, but it's chilling as well. It's filled with lengthy, complex reasons as to why they are what they are, chilling revelations, and an interesting second-parter finale act that reveals the intimidating villain. The Girl Who Died and the Woman Who Lived is a really unique two-parter with Maisie Williams from Game of Thrones set her appearance in this two-parter and becomes an integral part thereafter. The Doctor and Clara come across Vikings and become hostages only to find the great god Odin impose his force and kill all the Vikings in the town. Maisie Williams' character, Ashildr, is then taken up to Odin's spacecraft and challenges Odin with no reliable resources, making the Doctor train the village people. The second parter revolves around the Doctor meeting Ashildr again, but that is in deeper spoiler territory that I want you to find out for yourself. The Zygon Invasion and the Zygon Inversion are two interesting episodes following after the events of Day of the Doctor. So, you guessed it, it's a sequel to the 50th anniversary special. The Doctor and Clara get tangled up with the Zygon Treaty that was established by the three Doctors prior, and things get technical and complicated. Filled with humor and tidbits of Easter eggs that will keep Doctor Who fans thrilled, it all ends with one powerful speech from the Doctor. Seriously, go look that shit up. The Doctor's anti-war speech, it's incredible. Sleep No More is a standalone episode and a throwaway one at that, but it isn't without its charms. The found footage concept is utilized here almost in an absurd fashion, almost making you forget that it's found footage. So when members of a space station go missing over a new concept of sleeping less and working more, a team is dispatched to figure out what's going on. In comes the Doctor, and well, you can only imagine how unbelievable things get. Next up is Face the Raven, another standalone but with recurring characters and themes from previous seasons and episodes. A character from Flatline returns, and also Ashildr from the few episodes prior shows up for plot reasons. As much as I hate to give away spoilers, this is the episode that sends Clara off. Or at least begins her send-off. Not as emotional as I had hoped, weird and crazy, and it's an oddball an episode, but it never forgets its own emotions and its storytelling. Makes for a powerful episode even in all its oddity. Heaven Sent is a strong, standalone episode as well as a first-parter to the finale, and as much as I hate to say it, There isn't much to mention in this episode. The Doctor is imprisoned in a castle and it's surrounded by water. No way out, being stalked by a creature and no real reason as to why he is there in the first place, but you find out real quick what's going on once the twist is revealed. This is considered one of the most powerful episodes to date, revealing the Doctor's character, the situation surrounding him, and, to be quite frank, I rather enjoyed it. Hellbent doesn't betray Heaven Send's tone, but it does complicate it a bit more, as Gallifrey is back in the fold. And, finally, a full realized theme. The Doctor, seemingly unaware as to what happened to him since the last event, he encounters Clara, but doesn't seem to recognize her. This episode is proper just as it is strong in its writing, never quite giving you every answer you ever hoped for, but still gives us some excellent teases that are not frustrating as they once were. Emotional in the final proper send-offs they needed to convey, we finally say goodbye to Clara in a way that is satisfying. Subplots are finally brought to closure and we are left with the Doctor alone heading to his next adventure, which is the Christmas special, The Husbands of River Song. Guys, seriously, I don't know what to tell you. This series was very special to me. It gave me a good time. It made me want to tune in every week. Things were strong, focused, and amazing. I absolutely 100% loved this season. Everything worked. Everything. Even the little things that didn't quite make sense, you know? Like, I take so much away from each episode, and it's amazing that they never tried to do this in the first place. You could see the work being put into this season like any other season. The writers, the directors, the actors, they gave it their all. They gave you the season that you've been hoping for with all the twists and turns, revelations, and happy, tragic endings. And I have debated on this rating for God knows how long, and by the time I came to review it, I actually still feel the same. This season worked for me. It hit home. I was thrilled and pleased. It is a force to be reckoned with, and I'm gonna give Doctor Who Series 9 an A+. This may not be a perfect season for most people. Trust me, I've heard many people going, yeah, it's okay. Many will hold on to the hate for Clara and tell me how bad the writing sucked. But not me. Not here. If you guys can give this season a chance, do the research you need to, binge for whatever you need to, and get to this season and watch the amazing things unfold before you. In the end, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Please subscribe, share, and like this video. Hell, even dislike it if you disagree. What have you thought about Doctor Who overall and in the past seasons? Tell me your praises, tell me your woes. Doctor Who Series 10 comes out tomorrow, April 15th, or whenever you watch this. Who knows? Maybe Series 11 is coming out and you're now watching this. Hi! Thank you guys and gals so much for watching. Until next time.